I'm going to bring up the question. Okay. I want you to start filling the chat with how you handle it. All right, so the topic I wanted to bring up and discuss today, I actually think came from Lily a while ago. She posted on our social medias. And the question is how do you handle customers who question your pricing? All right. It's a fact of business, right? We're all going to get that. But I want to talk through and get everyone's thoughts of kind of what's going on when it comes to how are you handling it? What are your thoughts around it? Now, I did make this little slide here to get the juices flowing. All right. So let's take a look at this here real quick. So are you asking what the price should be? Are you getting defensive and maybe a little snippy? Do you tell them to take it or leave it? That's a saying, growing up in my dad's house, that was one of his things, take it or leave it. And, or lastly, D, tell me what you do in the chat. And, in a lot of ways, before we go into it, let's see here. I'm sorry, how much do you want me to raise it? Curto says, I like it. Now, some of you commented on social here, and let's see what your responses were here. So let me just read them through here. It says, I am the only locksmith in 30 miles or more, so I don't have that issue. Most of my clients are commercial or government. I'm lucky, I guess. Yeah, that's awesome. I tell them up front what it's going to cost. I ask them to give verbal approval. I am one of 2 in Alpena and the only one that is not booked for weeks. Okay. We focus on long-term relationships rather than one-offs and only provide pricing to existing customers. Many years ago, we did a few reports, and for existing customers, we got an 80% conversion rate and a 30% for potential customers. Okay. Never an issue since most of my customers are commercial. The residential folks don't question. I try to keep it simple, not undercharge, but not overcharge. Depends on the customer. Some are just not satisfied with anything. They think it should be free. Yeah. Absolutely. D is give a price breakdown. That's good. That's good. Sometimes, how many times when it comes to on that point, how often do we not know all that entails with this? So I've recently had to, I'm getting a gas line installed at my house, a natural gas. And once you start realizing, at first it's like, hey, just do it, right? But once you realize all that's entailed, you're like, man, there's a lot of different things. Like, what are you running it to? How much volume do you need or pressure? We're putting regulators at each spot, or we're putting a bigger gas line in, all those sorts of things, right? And I think the same thing when it comes to lock and key work or security work in general is that sometimes explaining to the customer is really helpful to have them understand exactly what you're doing. Here, D, explain to them how pricing works and competition's prices and to call around. All right. Yeah. Doing the transparency thing. Absolutely. That's always good. I like it. We price on our professional services and quality products and service. Yeah. Very good. Adrian, for you, that's interesting. I'd be curious, you bought a business that's been around for a very long time. And have you raised any prices since you have bought the business? It'd be fun to hear that. And if you did, how did customers handle it being like, well, hey, I would have been charged this forever, or, whatever it might be. Explain what goes into making the price. Remind them about the prices they have been told before the week was agreed upon. Okay. Yeah. Very good. That's good. Let's see here. I'll let Julio maybe pull up 1, maybe 2 more. And we'll get into it here. All right. Usually by the time they get to me, they realize other locksmiths are booking out days and weeks. So since I'm available, they don't complain much. All right. Yeah. That could also, be the case. Sometimes, you're right. So essentially what you're saying is that although I'm sure your pricing is somewhere in that bandwidth, right? Being able to be available makes them less price sensitive. So, I can't get into my car, or maybe I need my house rekeyed today. And the fact that you'll be able to go out there today, or your business, an employee got mad, walked out on us, and we really need the locks changed today, something like that, or doing a security solution that allows them to solve problems, right? That's most of the time what's going on there. So yeah, that's good. I like it. I haven't been questioned too often. That indicates I'm too low on my price, but I don't think my rural area will support much higher. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if you set your prices and no one's complaining and you're able to run your company and provide for with whatever you need to provide for, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. For sure. Adrian says, yes, multiple times, and we are raising the prices again this year. Yeah. Explain you are not paying for my time to do the job so fast, but the years of experience. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's something, anytime you hire a tradesman who's been around and has really honed their craft and they show up and they get to do work for you, it's really remarkable, right? Like, I think the trick is, right? Like, if you're really good, if you're really good at what you do in the trades, when someone sees you do the job, it looks simple, but in reality, it can be fairly complex, right? I like it. Let's see here. Emphasize and say you understand why they're asking, but explain briefly that your price is the fairest you can charge while leaving enough profit to keep the business going and for your quality. Absolutely. That's good. Yeah, very good perspective, Sherelle. I like it, man. So many good nuggets you guys are dropping on here right now. I'm loving it. I don't know, maybe one more. How about one more? And see one more. All right. That is why I explain the price of tools, schools, and hiring fools. Yeah, there is a price to be paid to have someone do some weird stuff, right? Yeah, and man, I have to tell you, so much good wisdom and knowledge and all of that, guys. Everybody, thank you for sharing. The only other thing that I think wasn't added, that at least that was put up on the screen, is also understanding that if you're getting a lot of people complaining about your pricing, and that your pricing was in like the bandwidth of kind of where everyone else is at ish, is to maybe be like, you know what, I might be attracting the wrong type of customers. Right? Because, but that's just something to keep in mind too. It's like maybe where you're advertising or how you're advertising or the messaging. For example, like if you're pumping out ads that are saying cheapest in town, we're fast and cheap or something like that, and then people are calling you up and they're saying, hey, why are you so expensive? Well, it might be just the way you're signaling, so you want to just keep that in mind. But well, very cool, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing. Lily or Kylie, whoever came up with that question, absolutely great. Thank you. And we'll see you next time. All right.